Alright, good afternoon. So earlier today, I was playing the new Pokemon game. I figured I'd go ahead and jump into Animal Crossing. I've been playing Animal Crossing ever since it first came out. That was kind of one of the reasons why I got my Switch, other than, of course, the Pokemon games. So we'll go ahead and get logged into my island. I'll kind of show it off, what my island looks like. It's not super fancy. I like to kind of keep things simple, so I don't have it like super decorated, unlike some others that you've seen, online. All right. Normally, when you log into Animal Crossing the first time, if you have Isabelle will tell you what day it is, if there's any special news. Well, I had already logged into Animal Crossing thinking I was recording a video, and my system decided to freeze up on itself, as always. So that's why you didn't see it. Now, if you, of course, didn't get to a point where you have Isabelle, it would have been Nook that would have, not Nuke, but Nook would have done the same thing. So let's put my shovel away. Go ahead and check my mail. So obviously, since I've been playing this since the start, I've got quite a few things already accomplished on the island. Right now, we'll go ahead and just drop that. Pick it up later. I had been playing a couple days ago, so I hadn't really sold anything that was in my pocket, so that's why I'm kind of full here. Ooh, I'm gonna need that. Okay, so I'm gonna show off my house. So Target was selling these amiibo cards that were Hello Kitty sort of crossover. So you'd scan the card. And you would get that villager to visit your campsite, and this would also unlock Hello Kitty themed and Friends themed furniture, which you can buy in the new shopping. So I'm gonna just kind of scroll through. So I actually just ordered the last bit of Hello Kitty stuff that I needed. I'm just gonna put it in my storage. With the shopping, you can only order 5 items at a time, so it definitely took a couple of days, to have ordered everything, including scanning the card for each character to come and visit. You could even essentially have those villagers live on your island if you had space. Of course, they had a Mario kind of crossover, so it's where these Mario items, come in to play here. And that's it. Okay, and then they have seasonal stuff. It's, of course, new Chinese New Year, so they've got a lot of that. We're coming up to Valentine's. Sports, of course. I think I already have all of these, so I don't need to buy anything. And their daily selection, I think I already got most of it, or I don't need it. So this is pretty much my main living room. Consists of some furniture, some pink regular items. We've got, ones from the Hello Kitty and Friends theme, other stuff. We'll kind of do a quick overview. So one of the new things that they added was if you're inside your house, one of your villagers could come in and say hi and hang out. So as you progress and obviously build up your house, you get more rooms to decorate. So this is sort of my game room. And so I've got the arcades, we've got Mario themed, I've got an arcade pinball machine. billiard table, and of course Mario stuff, computer, all kinds of stuff. Some of them are interactive, as you can see when you go to touch them. Alright, and so the top room, I decorated with a lot of the Christmas seasonal stuff that they had, I think last year. I just put in that antique cabinet there in the corner, put a nutcracker and the violin on top of it. Got 2 fireplaces. You know, we've got cake. Now, you know, just like any other Animal Crossing, you get points based on what item you have, how you have a place, all that jazz. That was one of the mail pieces that I got in my mailbox, was telling me how many points my house currently has. I want to say off the top of my head it said it was like 194,000. So this is my kitchen. I wanted to have a kitchen, you know, in my house. And again, like I said, they included or added where you can cook stuff now. So I had actually just came across this recipe in a bottle found on one of the shorelines of my beach. You need flour and carrots. Haven't quite, I mean, you can make flour, so you gotta obviously have wheat. So wheat you can actually harvest. I think you can get it from when one of the, I think his name was Leaf, the sloth. When he comes to visit, you can buy obviously flowers and stuff. So, and hydrangea bushes and all kinds of stuff. So I'm assuming that's where that comes from. Sugar cane. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be able to make anything. I do have pumpkins actually in my storage, as well as I have grown some. So I could always make that, even though it's not super looking appetizing. Peaches, obviously, this is going to be really easy because on your island, you have a fruit tree. And then if you have friends who are nice enough, get you fruit, so you can have all the fruit. So I have all the fruit on my island. We do pancakes, grilled sea bass with herbs. So obviously, just fish the sea bass out of the ocean. So I mean, it's not super hard to come across. Obviously, they're getting more involved with like harvesting of stuff. So it's almost like they're taking like Harvest Moon and slapping it right on in Animal Crossing. And for those of you that might not know Harvest Moon, shame on you. That is the best farming game. Stardew Valley is probably the next best one. Alright, and then of course, you do get an upstairs and downstairs. So we're going to check out the upstairs. So upstairs is pretty much ice themed. There was an event where I got a lot of ice related furniture. It also has a lot of the Zodiac furniture, as you can see. I've got the Taurus bathtub. We've got, you know, rocking chair. We've got the statue, this cabinet as well. You get those recipes when, I can't think of her name. Pretty much she's the sister to, you know, the owl that takes care of the museum. So at night, on certain days, she'll be roaming around, and if you talk with her, she'll get you a recipe. Also, to create those particular things, I'll show you here. So, to make those specific ones that are the Zodiac, you have to have kind of shooting stars, essentially. So yeah, star fragments. So at night, on like a clear night, or if like Isabelle tells you, hey, there's going to be, you know, meteor shower, You definitely want to play at night, and each time there's a shooting star, you hit like the A button, and your character makes this like she's like making a wish because it's a shooting star. The next morning, you're gonna find star fragments littered along your beaches, and so depending on how many stars you make a wish, indicates how many fragments show up. So, of course, I have made the Crescent Moon chair, sci-fi wall, star wand, the Aries rocking chair, got the Capricorn ornament. Fortunately, some of these I haven't come across, like the Taurus like fragment, like the Cancer fragment that you need, or Sagittarius, because I just haven't seen shooting stars during that particular set of days. So, like, obviously in November would be, the Sagittarius part. So you'd have to, like, hope to get some. So, anyways, this is my house. So we're going to go ahead and leave. As much as I'd love my villagers to come and visit me, like, I got things to do. Oh, I forgot. I was going to put stuff in the storage from what I ordered. So that way I can make some room. I know I'm probably talking a lot. I apologize. Alright, so we're going to put the flooring and rug. And the ironing set we'll put in storage. I think that's it. And then if you ever want to look, so if you use the you can look at your storage. So we've got like a bunch of chairs. I always like to kind of go through this because if it's like non-specialty items, like this diner neon sign, if I've got more than one, I'll probably go ahead and sell the other one. But if it's like event-related furniture, like these spooky arcs that are only available, during Halloween, I'll hold on to like, the multiple ones that I have. Alright, so I don't need that. The chairs I'll definitely keep multiple of because I can always find uses for them, especially if I want to have a theme. Same with tables. Like this loft with bed desk. I'll keep both of these because they're two different colors. Alright, since I already have a water cooler, I'll go ahead and take the other one out. Of course, now I don't have any room in my pockets for anything. Clothesline. Just kind of wanna... And I do this also, like, with, clothing as well. So it looks like I got a couple of pinball machines. I might hold on to those because I'm pretty sure I could probably gift them away or use them out on my island somewhere. But I try to stick, depending on what the item, try to stick with no more than one. I mean, obviously I have bought two of these models. I know, the strangest things that you can come across or get in this game. Okay. Oh, I still have space. Okay. So I can go ahead and pick up that rock. Okay. So I kind of wanted to put my house on the beach somewhere, so obviously I've got that bottle that I gotta pick up here. So I've got a little sand castle, a hammock, got some lawn chairs. That cooler you get when they first introduce like the fishing tournament. Got a Mario piece, dog house. And then trash can, little grill. Alright. And I got a telescope, and I kind of planted some flowers. Excuse me. So when you have flowers, they can actually, when it rains or when it's wet, they can then spawn other colors that you can't normally get. These little weeds here. So I've got, you know, foosball table, got, you know, ping pong table out behind my house. I got this little area where my villagers can come and sit. I have a little speaker. You can kind of hear the music playing. Excuse me. Try not to cough in there. Got a little shell fountain. So it looks like it's kind of a blizzardy day. I mean, makes sense because, you know, it just snowed, you know, near Colorado. Decorated this little beach as well. We got, so I got these coconuts from a friend's island, so I have some. Eventually, when you go and visit other islands, you can actually get those from those islands as well. But I'm gonna do a quick stop by this museum. I decided to put mine right here. Got the T-Rex sitting right outside of it. So when it comes to the museum, they added to where you can have a coffee shop, which is right up here. So that was kind of one of the new things that they added, is you go and search for that guy. Oh, look, there's someone busy. If you sit here, he says they're like reserved. We'll go ahead and get some coffee. Yeah, so you have to go to an island to, you have to go to it, so the curator of the museum was like, hey, go find my friend Brewster. So you go to an island, and Brewster's like on the island. You tell him, hey, come to my island, and then you open up this coffee shop in the museum. Okay. Before that, they added to where you could get from Red. He usually pulls up on a boat behind your island. Pieces of artwork, whether it's art or statues. So this is what that's been opened up as. So I only have a few pieces because, again, I kind of spent some time not playing as much. Literally, when I first started playing this, I was playing every day, made sure to do everything possible, and then, as always, you just kind of get, like, not necessarily bored, but just like, okay, I've done everything, so it's just repetitive. I literally have all the fossils. I have all the fossils. I don't have all of the bugs, as you can see. I have some missing. I do have all the fish. So pretty much any fish that I get out of the ocean, I sell immediately. And then they added sea creatures. So they added sometime down the road where you can actually swim off your island, and then you can kind of dive down to try and get sea creatures. So, of course, I'm missing a few. Not all sea creatures are available. They're seasonal, just like bugs and fish. So we're going to talk with Blathers. So I can assess the fossils that I have in my pockets, and I can sell them. So that way I've got room. So if you play daily, normally you dig up 4 fossils. If you haven't played for an extended period of time, usually there's like 6 fossils. Sorry about coughing in y'all's ears and clearing my throat. The headset I'm using doesn't have quite a mute feature. I know I could just, you know, click the button to stop the commentary. Okay, so yeah, see my little T-Rex, and I got a little well over there. So this is kind of like town hall or city hall, so I kind of decorated it a little bit. You cannot put any furniture in this little square. However, you can put stuff outside. So I kind of like made it a little nice, you know, put the Easter decorations up. What I was actually going to be doing is I came across this at the at the store, the shop. So I figured I'd decorate it here. So it doesn't look like I got any special visitors. I kind of forgot to log in when KK Slider was here on Saturday to get a new tune from him. So I kind of missed out on there. I built this little thing, so I've got like a pool and some lounge. I've only seen my village, like one of my villagers sit in this chair, but I just kind of want to have like a nice little poolside type of thing. So eventually you get this island designer. This allows you to put the this little like different stones and walkways. So that's why I've got little different flooring and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell some things. See what they've got. That luxury car was $130,000. Alright, looks like we're getting ready for festival from the looks of it. Some stuff I don't need. Alright, looks like we've got some brooms we can hang on the wall. I think I'm gonna go ahead and buy that too. I think they must have added some new furniture because for a while there, I was saying like the same things. I'm like, I already got that, or I don't want it. Well, this might work for my kitchen. I've got the room on the wall. Alright. And we're just gonna take a quick peek in here. So this you can buy like, you know, fishing rods, nets, stuff if you don't want to craft them. Sometimes I'll do that with the shovel. But just kind of seeing what we've got. And they usually have like wallpapers and floors on sale, or up for sale, I should say. I don't see anything I want. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, I don't know if eventually the store can be upgraded where there's like 2 floors, or if this is like legitimate all you get. Run back to my house so I can pick up that bottle that was on. So with these bottles, usually you have a DIY recipe in them. Alright, so I do not know that one. So let's take a look to see what that looks like. dogs are deciding to play right next to me. They're quite rambunctious. Alright, so this one I just need 5 calories to make this shell school, so that's kind of cool. And if you kind of hover, you'll see what type of shell that it is, so you know if you can pick it up or not. Make a particular item. So this Nick Biles, this pretty much is where you can kind of get certain things. So obviously if you fish however many fish off the island, and so on. So obviously there's some things that they just haven't added yet that will probably come down the line itself. Some I've already filled it all up. It just depends on what it is. We'll move over to my kitchen and we're gonna see if I've got room for that shelf with the bottles. So easiest way is to move into like where you're customizing the room. We're gonna switch to looking at the wall. I'm gonna move around here. So I already got a couple things over here on the walls, but as you can tell, like empty space. So we're gonna go ahead and open up my pockets, and we're gonna do the broom and dustpan. I'm gonna put it right there, because you know you want to clean up when you're in the kitchen. Go back to oops. Well, I just hit the button to put it in my storage. So I'm gonna go back to the storage, and to make it easier, we're just gonna move to the wall-mounted items. Oh. Put it back. Okay. Pockets is the X button. We'll go ahead and... Well, I want to be able to have access to it, so with the way that, you know, obviously that's up against the wall on this side, can't quite get all of it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it here. I think that's going to be a good spot for it. Alright, so yep, so I got my bottles on the wall, and I got my dustpan. So we'll see how many points that adds or detracts. I'm going to go ahead and put that in storage. Alright, so I haven't, sorry I had to move a chair. The dog's decided to knock on the one. Telling you, we're rambunctious, right? So I haven't, gotten any bosses yet, or picked up a few leads. So we're just kind of go through my island, and, kind of get it cleaned up a bit, and find those bosses to dig up. And maybe this time I'll be lucky enough to make a really good snowman. So there's usually 2 snowballs, so there's one. I'll find the second one. They're usually near each other to make it kind of easier to put them together. The other one. Oh, there it is. We're gonna go ahead and try and capture this stone. Nope. Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't think it would. So, if you leave the snowball alone, there's this dung beetle that starts rolling. That's the beaver that kind of gives you challenges to do. He's the one that handles the So let's see if I'm successful in making a perfect snowman. Again, I suck at this. I'm terrible. I either don't make the base big enough or the head big enough, or I end up destroying one of them. So you want to kind of keep them near to each other so that way, you know, it's easier to build. Let's see how it works out. So we'll one more time. So on this guy. One time I kicked one right into the water. There was a... Oh yeah. That doesn't help when you don't have that snow to accumulate on it. And then I also kicked it into a tree once. So I want to make sure I've got this big enough. So that way when I roll it across, it doesn't take away too much. Alright, good. Not quite ready yet. A little bit bigger, but we'll go for it. Yep, so obviously not a perfect one. But I did get a large snowflake. So if you're successful, you get a large snowflake, you know, if you killed them and stuff, so. So on this side of the island, I've got a little thing. So this is what they added. You can talk to the captain, and he'll take you to a new set of islands and such. Also, you can fish off of that dock. So there's certain fish that you can only get off of that dock. Same with, you know, certain fish in the ponds, you know, or they're on the higher level of your island versus the lower level. They've got like signs to this, so there's gonna probably be quite a few fossils for me to dig up. But this is kind of what you look for, is this little like star shape in the ground. I do need to look for a new resident though, because I had one leave. You'll see it once I get closer to where the house used to be. I'm very particular when it comes to the residents that I want on my island. There's certain Animal Crossing animals that I like more than others, so I try to get those. So obviously I've got, you know, this one here. I've always liked, you know, Diana. I've got Vivian. The ape that was walking around, he's decent. I figured I'd kind of change it up a bit. So this is Vivian right here. It's my campsite. I ended up spending bells to get moved here, so I could kind of put it next to this little, like, pond thing. And as you can notice, or as you can see, there's like flakes flying around. You can actually use your net that you normally use to catch bugs to catch those snowflakes, because they're needed, obviously, to make items. So there's always like a purpose for, you know, things. Roscoe, which was that black horse that was walking around, that's his house here. I made kind of like a workout area up here, so I've got a rock wall, I've got, you know, pull-up bars, speed bag, punching bag, some weights, and I managed to get all the parts needed for this wrestling ring. And then I decided to kind of make this little garden. So that balloon I'm going to pop. So I need to get down. Use the ladder. Down. And yeah, ever so often there'll be a balloon that kind of flies by. And you'll need to use pretty much a slingshot to pop it down. So I'm gonna back up here. So I wanted to make a little garden, so I've got a garden gnome, planted a couple of flowers. Here are the pumpkins that I mentioned. So like I can grab them, and then more would grow in place. Got a little table and bench to sit on. Alright, let's see what I got from that balloon. Light bulb sign. Alright, that's gonna be on the wall. Okay. Yep, so this is the house that's up for sale. So I gotta find a resident for that little area. So I'll probably be doing that as well in this video. You can use your Nook Miles to buy tickets to fly to islands and find people. What I'm gonna do is probably use the captain to take me to an island and see if there's an animal that's residing on that island, like you would normally see if you flew out to the island. Because that would be, I mean, it still uses Nook Miles to do so. And then you always want to look for a glowy spot, because this is bells hidden underneath the ground. Now you can obviously add it to your amount of money, or if you plant that, a tree grows and it has 3 bells, but it's a one-time thing. They don't regrow. So it all depends on what you need. Alright. Kinda had to mute myself there for a second. Alright, also there's in the springtime, bamboo. So I actually got these bamboo from a friend, but you end up, if you fly to islands, one of the times of the bamboo islands, so you can actually harvest the bamboo and plant them. So I've got 3 bamboo stalks just to kind of have. I could cut them down, but I don't plan to, because I've got enough bamboo in my storage from visiting the island quite a few times. Plus, I've also made all the bamboo pieces, so I don't really need them. That way. Alright, eventually you get to unlock the Able Sisters. If you spend enough time speaking to the sister in the back, eventually she gives you designs that she's made, so that way you can kind of use them to like decorate, certain furniture or what have you. So I'm going to go into the fitting room. I do have Taylor tickets from your older sister who happened to visit my island a couple days ago. So those Taylor tickets can actually purchase something up to 3,000 bells. So I usually try to hold on to them if there's like a high ticket or high priced item. Say I wanted one of these Coatigans, and obviously I would use it so I can get more benefit out of it. But lately, there really hasn't been any clothes that I want to purchase. I don't like doing skirts or dresses. I mean, if they're given to me, yeah, I'll put it in my storage, but I don't wear them on my character. Kind of like to stick to the pants and jeans and such. Her hat. What does that look like? Sometimes I gotta double check to see if I have an item or not. So I'll run back and forth from my house, check my storage, and then come back and then purchase items. Like if I say I had the ogre suits that were up here, like these ones already, but I needed the mask, then obviously I would and then purchase the mask. I think I have both. Not something that I certainly obviously need, so I'm not going to worry about it, but for the most part, it looks like there's nothing for me to purchase this time around, so okay. Alright, and according to my pockets, it looks like I am missing a fossil. So it's right there. Alright. So no more fossils for me to try and look for. However, I still are looking for other items to pick up. Like these random tree branches. Usually I end up selling them, only because I've got like the max anyways that you can carry for certain items. Make sure I'm cleaning up where I can. Getting rid of those weeds. So I got a hoop and basketball here. As you noticed earlier, I had kind of like this little rock band set up here. On this little island that I have here, I've got a wood bench and table next to a bonfire. So like I said, my decorations are kind of simple. You know, I don't need to like spend time, you know, and patience, of course, building up my island and having it decorated as, you know, such. You know, I was looking at this article where someone pretty much built their island with like a village from The Witcher. Obviously, Legend of Zelda has been popular as well. As much as I'd love to spend time and get that built up to look exactly like that, I like my island. It has like my own, you know, kind of feel to it. You know, it's one that I've decorated and what I wanted to put on my island. So we're gonna go ahead and assess those fossils that I just got. Probably talk more in this video than I have anywhere else. I'm gonna also give you a tour of the museum too. I know I showed you parts of it, but we'll look at the other places too. Well, since it's blizzarding on my island, obviously I'm not gonna have any shooting stars to look at night, so they had a disc where you could buy a poster. I have all of them. It's like a poster for each of the sections or something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at all the fish. Sometimes you might come across a villager that's also kind of looking at the museum. It comes around, like, it's like one big circle, so you'll be able to view everything here. So you can kind of go up here, like there is, and look at this stuff. Look below. Like, the amount of, like, detail that Nintendo puts into this game, is pretty awesome. Got, you know, the jellyfish. Got, like, this mid-level. And then, of course, the bottom. I always like seeing my villagers checking out all that I've captured and donated to the museum. I like this. This shows all the big fish, whale shark. course, obviously they're not to scale to size, but... And that's all my fish. Alright, and below here is where all the fossils are, so we'll go ahead and check that out. Now I have all the fossils, like, donated. So literally all the ones that I get, they're just, like, up for sale. You know, or, you know, I have a friend that needs one. That's all my fossils. Makes it nice when you have all of them, so that way they're not just like you're missing a piece like right in the middle. Okay, and the last part that I'll show off in my museum is the insects that I've donated, which is once we come out of this little room, it'll be to the left. Now, Blathers usually sleeps during the day. Obviously, owls are more active at night, so it doesn't take him very long to fall back asleep. Again, there are some bugs that I'm missing, some beetles specifically and such, so this isn't all of them. All the butterflies. So yeah, I had already caught one of those, but pretty much, you know, it's ones that end up like kicking the snowball around. Alright, and that's my museum. I was trying to play a little bit more I should say better during certain periods of time, so I could be more likely to capture the bugs that I was missing. Same with the deep sea creatures. You can find online like a great fish bug and deep sea creature guide that kind of tells you if you're in the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, like the times that you'd expect to, come across which bugs, fish, and deep sea creatures. So I think the ones I was missing the most were like in the summer, like the late summer months. So hold on to that. Alright, and before I head off to another island to go search for a new resident, go ahead and take a peek on the inside of the city hall or town hall. So when you start off, you have like, I think 3 residents. I still have Kat, who was my original villager. She's still on my island. Sometimes, it's where you find the things that were dropped. We've got Isabel. This little machine has a couple of things. So when you access it, you get Nook Miles, and then as you keep doing it daily, you get more. So you can redeem Nook Miles for stuff. The Nook Shopping, which I had that shortcut in my phone. ABD is sort of like a banking system, so if I want to put like bells that I want to save, like a saving account, that's where I put them. You can invite Amiibo Camper, so that's where you would scan that Hello Kitty Animal Crossing card. So we're gonna go here. So you can actually, do bell vouchers. So pretty much you buy a voucher using 500 Nook Miles and you sell it and it gives you a certain amount of bells. This allows you to fly to other islands. That's my phone case. And then you can kind of use it to get certain things. So I don't have a donation box, so I'm going to go ahead and redeem for that. Like I said, it's been quite some time since I've played, so they've probably added a lot of things that I don't have. I'm almost for certain I don't think I've got, I know I have that. I want to say I think I have that bamboo fence that I can make, so I'm just going to hold off. I can look it up here in a second. I mean, you can buy pieces of furniture. So I know they've added, quite a few things itself. Oh, that's nice. Just in case if you wanted to spruce up your island a little bit more, or have a certain theme. The bad thing is, as you can see, some of these. So I had actually bought this Plaza teacup ride. It's tiny. You're thinking like, okay, this is cool. Maybe my villagers will use it, because it's interactive. Nope, it's small, so it's like, so I'm assuming most of these are. Sorry about the dogs barking in the background. They decided to hear something. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute my mic for a second.